Hello and welcome back to the Agostino Zinga Show with your host, Agostino Zinga, and this is episode number 833. It should be actually it's 832. Why do I keep forgetting the names of the podcast episode? I just recorded one just a few hours ago. Doesn't matter. It's 832 of the Agostino Zinga Show, coming at you live and direct from an undisclosed location somewhere within the depths of London. How you doing? How you feeling? Great. Good to know. Good to know. How am I? Feeling pretty good. As you can tell, my lips are nice and moistened as I've been speaking a lot and I've been doing things and seeing people, shaking hands, kissing babies and pushing girls into oncoming traffic. I'm having a good and amazing and expressive time, and I'm just happy I'm here with you today. So what's on my mind? First thing on my mind, I was just watching an episode of Kino Casino. Big up Kino Casino Clips. They went through a little bit of a weird time with the whole DSP loving that I wasn't really feeling too tough. But you know, if you put their annoying personalities to one side, you put the constant need to be asking for donations and subs to one side, they have got a very entertaining show, and it's the only show where you can kind of watch a overview, a kind of an almost random a variety show. No, let's just say that they are the best at covering all locales, and locales are very difficult to wrangle. They're also very difficult to cover across the board, because the regular, normal, well-adjusted person, once you've consumed one locale, you can't consume more than that. They're a bit much to handle. So I can understand why some people aren't really fond of it, but I really enjoy the show. They covered Wings of Redemption, one of the premier locales out there, and they played a section where, on the show that Wings of Redemption does with Boogie and Keemstar called Locale Live, they were basically chastising Wings for his inability or refusal to do anything to kind of benefit the show. They have this live show, it's called Locale Live, it's about locales. They have little I'd say little like forced bits and fake drama, but they also are going out and doing things like IRL streaming. So when they're on stream, one of them might go to a haunted house, one of them might go shopping, whatever. They're just doing some stuff just to kind of mix up the content. So it's just not sitting in front of a webcam and talking to you like I'm talking to you now, which I understand and appreciate it. And I think most of the fans that actually subscribe and are members of that channel, members of that podcast, love it. But unfortunately, in that trio, there's only one person that doesn't like doing anything. That's Wings of Redemption. And I watch a lot of Wings of Redemption detractor, anti-Wings kind of content online. You know, big up my guy Lummox, big up what's his flipping name? Breaking Banquet. All of these incredible channels that kind of, you know, do little clips and compilations of some of these locales worst bits, especially Wings of Redemption. And one thing that I realized from Wings, or one thing that he said, you know, unequivocally, is that he's trying to design his life in a way where he doesn't have to make any effort. Yeah, you heard that. Wings, from how I've watched him, he has purposely went out of his way not to do anything. So he doesn't want to work. Like, even though his job is a streamer, which is probably the easiest form of making money, you'd imagine, because all you do is sit in front of a camera. You just sit down all day. You just do what you want to do, really, for the most part. You don't even have to listen to the fans if you don't want to. He makes a pretty good living from that. But he doesn't want to do anything. He wants to do what he wants to do, when he wants to do it, but obviously receive the most from it, which is another level of fucking laziness, right? Imagine being so lazy that the most laziest job you don't even want to do. So when Locale Live guys, especially Keemstar, are like, hey, you should go to a haunted house. Hey, you should do this. Hey, you should film this. It jars away at him. It really frustrates him. It really annoys him to his core that they're asking him to do some extra bits and bob to make the show more entertaining, which will then make it more, which will make it more likely that people will want to subscribe and will want to get memberships, and they're paid for, obviously, at different tiers, which will then make people want to donate more, send more super chats, which will effectively line their pockets. So it's not as if like Keemstar is asking them to work and just to do stuff for the sake of doing it. Every activity they're gonna do, even if they're embarrassing themselves like Boogie did, right? When he went and suggested himself to being thrown with water balloons and shit because he faked cancer. All that stuff is gonna benefit them. But Wings is so lazy. He's like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And they, you know, these two locales who are really, you know, I'd say Keemstar counts as a locale, who are inherently lazy. They're trying to game the system. They're trying to get as much out of life as possible. Even they're looking at him thinking, bro, you're doing too much. We're lazy, but you're just too lazy. Imagine getting chastised. Imagine getting chastised by a bunch of lazy guys that you're being too lazy, and he still doesn't get it. And it made me think in general, this is where I'm getting at for the point here to bring this up. I wonder if there's a lot of people out there who feel the same way as Wings. I wonder if there's a lot of people out there who, if they could, they would just rather, and I mean this like in the most macabre, depressing way possible, because that's how Wings is. It's not like Wings is like, oh, I want to chill, do my own thing. No, Wings doesn't want to do anything. He wants to play video games, he wants to eat, and he wants to sleep. Doesn't want to do anything. So I wonder if there are people out there who literally would rather, if it was possible that they could earn a certain amount a month to cover their needs, cover their rent, cover their mortgage, cover their bills, allow them to eat out all the time, but then they didn't have to move. They could just stay in bed the whole day, maybe shower on the Friday if they felt like it, and that was it. Would they do it? I wonder if people would do it, because I wonder if like some of us fool ourselves into believing that, oh, I'm this hard worker, I have passions, I have drive, I have a meaningful job, I want to contribute something to society, I want to set a good example for my children, for the people around me, I want to contribute to society. I wonder if some of us are just full of shit, and really and truly, if there was an option where we could just sit and lie about like Wings of Redemption and do the bare minimum, because think about that, Wings does a bare minimum. Even though Wings has a cushy job being a live streamer full time, he still does the bare minimum and complains. I wonder if he's unique, or I wonder if a lot of people out there feel the same way. Just to sit, not do anything. And part of me thinks Wings is maybe a bit depressed. Maybe there's some depression in there, because, you know, usually when you want to, you know, usually when you're going through a depressive state, a breakup, a job loss, maybe someone in your family passed away, that's usually the first signs, right? You don't want to get up out of bed. You don't want to get yourself ready and stuff. You don't want to change your clothes. You just want to let the days kind of roll by as quickly as possible, because you just want to sleep and kind of forget about the pain you're going through. So maybe there's a salt-based sprinkle of depression there with Wings. But I think that's giving him too much of a blight. I think that's letting him off too easily. I just think inherently as a person, Wings of Redemption is lazy to his core. And he said it clearly in a stream. I designed my life in a way where I don't have to work. I don't have to make much effort. That's what he's done. He's purposely designed his life in a way where he doesn't have to make much effort. Doesn't have a big social group, so there's no one really calling him and asking him if they want to come out to have a beer or a drink. His wife is basically neutered and kind of basically acts like his mum, so she's not really pushing, and she's not the most outgoing and adventurous person either. His family's kind of, you know, all over the place. So he's kind of built himself a nice little bubble where he doesn't have to do anything, really, that he doesn't want to do. I wonder if a lot of people out there would like to do the same thing. If given the excuse, if given the resource, if given the option to be a lazy POS, would you do so? Would you be okay with it? No one has to know. You just get to sit back at home. Somebody deposits £2,000. Let's say your overall cost of living is £2,000. Somebody pops you £2,000 in your account every month, and you just get to sit, not do anything, not going to the pub, not going to the bar, not going to go play snooker with your friends, golf, none of that stuff. Shopping, bird watching, hiking, none. You just sit. You wake up, you watch TV, watch YouTube, you sit, you sleep, you wake up, play video games, you chill, browse social media, Reddit, Kiwi Farms, sleep. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not that person. I'm glad I'm not that person, to be fair, because that seems like although it must be quite nice for the brain to know what you're into and to know what you don't want to do. I also think, you know, living a life that way isn't really what life is made for, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? Why would you do that to yourself? Makes no sense. But hey, what do I know? Absolutely nothing. So moving on. I want to talk about the cover image of the show today. The cover image of the show today is relating to an amazing and sensational TV series called Show Trial. There's 2 seasons of it out at the moment. I watched 2 of them back to back, and they're amazing, and I want to recommend to all of you to watch it. Please do watch it. So Show Trial, as you can tell by the name, it's effectively a TV show centered around trials of people who have committed crimes, but it's not what it always seems. There's always a little bit more of a layer to it. So it basically follows a bunch of people as well. By the way, this is a BBC drama. It's really flipping well done. It follows a bunch of people at the same time. It follows like the person that committed a crime, the defense, his family members, maybe police officers, journalists, other people. Like at the same time, you got these weaving narratives and storylines coming together, and and they tie it together at the end perfectly. And I think it's only like 5 episodes or 6 episodes per series or per season, because we do series here in the UK for some reason. Even though it's called TV series, we do whatever. Cool. So there's only 2 seasons of it out at the moment, and legit, it's amazing. I might have to say season 2 might be better than season 1. Not gonna lie. Maybe because it's topical, because on season 2, it revolves around a police officer who, spoiler alert, kills somebody, right? So that's where the kind of it centers around. And this police officer is clearly like a bad police officer, but the lawyer has to represent him, even though he knows his client's guilty. He has to still represent him. And obviously, you know, there's this whole kind of adage of like, oh, innocent to proven guilty, blah, 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 blah. But the real strong part of this whole series are the actors and their ability to come across legit, and also to like be able to display this range of emotions. Like the lawyer person, again, spoiler alert, unfortunately is going through a bit of a depressive state. They're a little bit bipolar. They're also suffering from sleep apnea. No, sleep apnea. What's that thing called? Where they stay up late. They stay up all the time and they can't sleep. I've got a term of it, because unfortunately in the series, the lawyer's wife had committed suicide before the series starts. So he's still trying to kind of overcome and go through that, or not overcome, but he's trying to handle that trauma, right? That's it. Insomnia. Big up Koila. Sorry, the guy, this lawyer is suffering from insomnia. Big up Koila. Big up Koila. So it kind of goes through that narrative. It kind of goes through that storyline. So much so, it gets to a point where the lawyer goes in the darknet and tries to order himself some Xanax, because he's struggling so much to sleep. But obviously he then, you know, oddly enough, becomes dependent on it and has to go through withdrawals, trying to get off it. Like, it's crazy. Like, so much stuff happens at the same time. But the main star has to be the guy that plays the police officer. He's fucking phenomenal. How he's able to play someone who's quite clearly evil, right? Quite clearly evil in like the Cersei Lannister way at Game of Thrones, but still is, because that's why I think Cersei Lannister, or Game of Thrones in general, was expertly written, because although Cersei Lannister was downright evil and you wanted to root against her, she also had some redeemable traits. There also was some flashes of humanity and stuff that made you feel conflicted, or like, oh shit, I know I should hate this woman, but same goes for this character in flipping Show Trial season 2, the police officer who, spoiler alert, kills somebody. It's fantastic. I'm not going to give you too much details because I've already given you too much, but if you haven't watched it, I implore you to watch it. It's absolutely fantastic, legit fantastic. And to give you a better overview, because I'm blabbering and waffling and I'm interpreting it in my flipping, you know, hood language way, here's a write-up courtesy of The Guardian where they basically speak about the series a bit more. So let's see what they say and how they review it. But, and again, The Guardian, you know, they're a little bit particular with their taste, but even The Guardian had to give it 3 stars. I'd give it 4 personally. Maybe I'd give it even 5 because it's a BBC series. Like, to be this good is flipping crazy. This, I think, is on the standard of like a HBO series. This could have easily been a HBO level quality series. It's fucking phenomenal. Personally, I think so. But let's continue with the review here, courtesy of The Guardian, courtesy of a writer called Rebecca Nicholson. Show Trial Season 2, this outrageous legal drama sucks you right back in, or straight back in. Despite its daftness, I was fond of the first series of Show Trial, which took the death of a working class student at a posh university and used it to explore themes of privilege, justice, and British legal system. Viewers liked it too. It was brash, popular Sunday night fare, an airport novel of a TV series that pirouetted around credibility, yet dragged you in its relentless twist. It returns to a second starrier season with similarly over-the-top sensibilities, and yet again I have been sucked in, despite the nagging presence of a familiarly raised eyebrow during last sections of each of the 5 episodes. No, I didn't raise my eyebrow. I was gripped. To be fair, I'm easily entertained anyway, but I was gripped. I was thoroughly gripped from the beginning to the end. It continues. This time it has dipped into the grab bag of headlines, come up with a story about the tactics of a climate activism, offensive police WhatsApp groups, chats, and online conspiracy theories. It may leave the impression that it's spinning too many plates, but the plot is captivating. Once again, touches on the class tensions within British society, moving from Bristol to Brighton. It examines the legal process behind the newsworthy murder charge, this time thrown at a serving police officer, dragging the audience into yet another us and them upstairs downstairs scenario. You know, I also liked about it too, because it focuses on places outside of London. You know, I loved about it that I kind of miss that you don't get in London. I miss the neighborhood gossip side of it. That's something that you always get whenever you go to like whenever I've visited places outside of London and you go to like a bar or a pub, even if you're not legit, even if you landed there the same day, usually because they want to chat to you anyway, but you usually find out wagwan about the town. If you get drinking, some woman will sit by you. Oh, she'll give you the lowdown on what happened with this, especially if you mention a story. Maybe you're there and I don't know, because I'm curious, I might be browsing the local news of Bristol or Brighton or whatever before I go there. And when you rock up and say, oh yes, what happened that, what was the vibe like with this missing or that, suddenly they'll have so much to say. Oh, I heard this building got knocked down. They'll start sharing you loads of information. And you start to find out so much stuff about people in local towns. So that must be such a cool thing about living in a smaller town. Because, you know, there's not many people there. You end up kind of just sharing all information and news on each other. Like, I kind of like that aspect of the show. I thought it was really charming. It continues. Marcus Calderwood, Barney Fiswick, is a wealthy founder of the activist group Stop Climate Genocide, which has made many enemies with the roadblocking protests. Calderwood is knocked off his bicycle and left to die in a ditch. As he breathes his last breath, he manages to issue a dying statement to a paramedic, naming a police officer as the man who deliberately ran him off the road. Michael Sosha plays the blinder as PC Justin Mitchell. Yeah, by the way, Michael Shoker, is that his name? Michael Shoker absolutely killed it as PC Justin Mitchell. Killed it. As the evil policeman, that also has some redeeming qualities, killed it. But he sure has done a lot of things that suggest that he's something to hide. Mitchell is arrogant, charismatic, crucially an insider who understands the system, having experienced it on the front line. He runs rings around superior officers who question him and is surprisingly chipper considering the enormous amount of circumstantial evidence pointing the finger in his direction. By the way, I'm going to leave it there because it's already spoiled quite a bit of the show. So if you're going to watch it, I'm going to leave it there because the review does spoil quite a bit of it. But honestly, she smashed it. She got it. She knows the show's fucking fantastic. I absolutely loved every part of it. I was gripped from the beginning to the end, and I recommend if you're a fan of police, trial, you know, corruption, thriller type drama series, and you're looking for something to watch, I recommend you try and find it. Obviously, if you live in the UK, it's available for free-ish on BBC iPlayer, but if you don't, then I'm sure you know how to find it. You have your ways, you have your resources. Try it, find it. Show Trial, season 1 and season 2. Pièce de Resistance, amazing TV. I was thoroughly entertained. Yes, entertained. You guessed it, entertained. Who would have guessed it? Entertained. Anyways, continuing on. We got some good news. Oh, we have some good news. Look at this good news. H&M celebrates 20 years of iconic guest designer collaborations with a limited edition re-release of the pre-loved pieces. This year marks the 20th anniversary of H&M's famous guest designer collaborations, an initiative that proudly changed the landscape of modern fashion. To celebrate its special anniversary, H&M is now revisiting its most legendary and beloved collaboration collections through a special release of pre-loved items. You guessed it right. You remember all those special collaborations they had? They're bringing some of that shit back. So if you don't remember some of the most iconic pieces that Outlander magazine here have highlighted, obviously the Maison Margiela belt jacket that everyone was all over from H&M collaboration. Do you remember the Versace jacket, the bomber jacket that Kanye famously wore? That one, was it a Versace show or was it a Victoria's Secret show? I forgot what show it was that he actually wore it in when he debuted it, when he was performing live. That jacket did numbers. I had this in my water. Like I legitimately wore mine so hard it had splits under the armpits, and I restitched it a million times. I never got the Margiela belt jacket, but I had this. I wore it until it stunk. It stunk being hang on a hanger. I wore it so fucking much. I love this fucking jacket. And we've also got a dress here as well. But I think the ones that I'm looking forward to, I'm not sure if they're going to bring it back, but I also remember do you remember the Karl Lagerfeld H&M? Because big up my little brothers for flipping. I remember that was one of our most heated arguments when I was living at home. Because I think I bought like something from the Karl Lagerfeld H&M collection, and I think I also had the Coca-Cola bottle, and I had left it in the fridge. I shouldn't have done that. My mistake, obviously. If you know, living with brothers and if you got siblings and shit, if you leave things in the fridge for literally, if you leave things in the fridge for more than 20 minutes, that shit's gonna go. So I left the limited edition bottle in the fridge of Coke, and one of my brothers drank it, and honestly, I swear to God, we had such a big fight. It was flipping crazy. Many things were thrown everywhere, but yeah, I was so mad when he opened it. I was like, I should have known better anyway. But yeah, the Karl Lagerfeld stuff was there. I remember also one of my favorite collections or collaborations from H&M during that era, or the collaborations time, was the H&M and Comme des Garçons. Do you remember that? That was the one, bro. If they re-released that, I'm all over it. Those shirts, those Comme des Garçons shirts, if they re-release that, I'm all over it. I'm dying a slow death. Because I remember, I might have a picture of this. Maybe I'll clip it when I add this to the clips. I still maybe have this shirt somewhere in my wardrobe, because that's how much of a hoarder that I am. But the H&M Comme des Garçons collection was absolutely fantastic. I remember having quite a few. No, I think I had like 3 of these shirts. I had this one here that was the most popular one with the panels. It had like a blue navy panel. The back was purple. The sleeves were like a half wine, half purple color. And then I also had this one that was pinstripe. And I think I might have the polka dot one. I think that was it really from the collection. But I'm going to try and get that again. I'll definitely try and get the polka dot set or even the double-breasted blazer. Hopefully they bring it back. Hopefully they bring the Comme des Garçons one back too. And it's not just the Margiela stuff as well, because that stuff was brilliant. I actually forgot what the full collection of the Margiela stuff was. What was that for? Let's see what the full collection was. I forgot. But the Comme des Garçons stuff was amazing. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see Margiela collection. What did that look like? So they had the belt, jacket. What else was there available there? Oh yeah, the trench coat. I remember the trench coat. Everyone was all over the trench coat. I remember that. I don't remember anything else from the collection though that people were wearing at that time. But it's such a good thing. Honestly, I'm really hoping that they bring back everything. I'm really hoping so. I doubt it, but we're gonna find out through the press release what details they are bringing back. So it's courtesy of H&M Press. H&M launched its first designer collection with Karl Lagerfeld, then creative director of Chanel, in 2004. The initiative revolutionized the fashion industry by making the work of the world's greatest designers and brands accessible and expanding the profile of some of the fashion's greatest creators and cementing the principles that great design transcends price. The quote from H&M creative director: "Our aim was to introduce the world of fashion to consumers globally while showcasing our connection to a strong, thoughtful, and original design. It connects to the fundamental ethos of H&M that quality and creativity should be available to everybody." Now fashion lovers have a second chance to access iconic pieces from the era-defining collaborations. The items were sourced through partnerships with online pre-loved marketplaces, Sellpy, and global vintage retailers, giving second life to pre-loved garments as part of H&M. Okay, so these aren't new. These are vintage items that they are, washing, maybe restitching and shit, and then selling them again. I guess, or maybe they're lying, and this is all dead stock that they couldn't get rid of. So they're now trying to re-release it as as pre-loved garments. I got a feeling this might not be, because they're saying it's vintage. They're saying all this stuff is like pre-owned, and they've got enough of it to sell online. I don't know. I call extra doubt on that one. Extra doubt. Maybe that sounds like cap to me. I've got a feeling like this was dead stock, but because it's a collaboration, they probably lied in the beginning and said it was sold out and it wasn't. So they've got a lot of dead stock that they couldn't sell. They don't want to burn it, obviously, or incinerate it, so they're trying to resell it or put it for sale again, but making it seem like it was pre-loved. I don't know. I got that feeling. The exclusive selection contains pieces across a spectrum of H&M guest designers, from Victor and Rolf. Wow, I haven't heard that name in ages. Victor and Rolf, Versace, Marni to Moschino, Stella McCartney to Sonia Ryk. Oh, I don't see Comme des Garçons there. There's not going to be no Comme des Garçons, is there? The pre-loved pieces will launch for a series of drops in 7 cities, in 7 stores and online. Each store activation will be an elevated experience that brings this collection to life in a fresh way. Ah, okay, 25th of October. Right, already. The 25th of October, London Regent Street for the second drop. Damn. Okay, it's already starting on the 25th, so literally around the corner. This week. Shit. Or tomorrow, right? Is it tomorrow? No, yeah, this week, so Friday. God damn. Okay. Designers featured re-release collection would be Karl Lagerfeld, Stella McCartney, Victor and Rolf, Roberto Cavalli, Comme des Garçons. Yes, it's there. So they will have some Comme des Garçons. Matthew Williamson. I thought that was Matthew Williams. Matthew Williamson is the British guy, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Matthew Williamson is a British designer. My bad. I thought that's Matthew Williams from Alix. Jimmy Choo, Sonia Reichel, Lanvin, Versace, Marni, Maison Martin Margiela, Isabel Marant. I remember that collection. That did numbers too. Alexander Wang, Balmain, Kenzo, Erdem, Machino, Giambattista Vialli, Simone Rocha, Toga Archives, Mugler, Rababani, and they are listed here chronological order. The first collection in 2004 through to the most recent. Okay, cool. So I guess that's how it's gonna. So I hope we get some. I hope London gets some Comme des Garçons. Please, for the love of God. I hope. For a full range of products and more information and activity, please source the main campaign page. Let's see. Honestly, man, I hope to God we get some fucking Comme des Garçons. I hope to God. Let's see this, of course, if this got some Comme des Garçons here, because I will definitely be trying to buy some of that stuff. So let's see what's available. London. The first, to celebrate the first drop, right? Let's see what London's saying. Will London have some Comme des Garçons? Will you give me some cheap Comme des Garçons shirt, please? If you don't mind. If you don't mind. So what's London going to be like? Unique pre-loved edit pieces. So let me see, hold on. A unique edit of pre-loved pieces from the past 20 years of H&M's guest designer collections will be available at H&M London Regent Street on October 25th. Scroll to preview a section of the garments and accessories that will be for sale in London, styled by Kate Phelan. They got Kate Phelan to style this. Fucking hell. They got money in it. Big up H&M. Let's scroll down. Let's see what's available. Let's see. What do we have available? Give me something, brothers. Okay, so we got pre-loved Balmain and Simone Rocha. This is probably the only time they could do this sort of stuff, styling, isn't it? Mixing these type of brands, because usually brands don't like to mix. So we've got pre-loved Maison Margiela there on the right. That hairy jacket is really nice. There's also Comme des Garçons trousers I guess he's wearing. I haven't seen the shirt that I want yet. Let's see. We got some Balmain pieces there. I see that look really tasty. What else have we got there? Come on, give me one Comme des Garçons. Just one shirt, please. One shirt. Don't do me like this. Who's that dress by? That dress is Kenzo. Come on, do me a favor. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's Erdem. I love that fucking cheetah print coat thing. That's beautiful. And the pants? The pants are what are the pants? Raban and okay. H&M. You got Lanvin here. Again, that red Machino. And oh yes, you got Comme des Garçons down the left. Comme des Garçons blazer. I think that's a blazer from the collection. That's available. You got Maison Martin Margiela. I think that's a scarf top on there as well on the right. What else from? Oh, look at that! Look at that bag. That bag that makes it look like a condom wrapper. That's fucking cool. Scroll down. Preload Balmain. Any more Comme des Garçons? Come on, man! Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. That hoodie's really good as well, actually. That hoodie's really nice too with the embroidery. It's very garish, but it's really cool. That machine, I think that's definitely a Jeremy Scott era design piece. Please, come on. Oh, we got the Versace jacket. The Kanye Versace jacket is there. You got Balmain again there. Oh, look at those shoes. Those the plumps with the fucking... Okay, I'm not mad at that. Anything more? Oh, they don't have anything more. Is that it? No shirts. Are you sure? No fucking shirts. Oh, annoying. Anyway, whatever. You seen it. October 25th, and other details is available down below. Check it out. Check it out. Okay? Don't delay, don't delay, don't delay. Moving on. Look at this. Central C has a collaboration with Nike. Pretty cool, isn't it? So Central C has a collaboration with Nike for a pair of Air Max 95s, and a Nike Tech jacket, a Nike Tech tracksuit, right? Is it Tech? That's what it's called, right? Nike Tech tracksuit, which is pretty cool combination because it's stuff that he would wear. Although the Air Max 95s, I don't know if that's an actual model. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if the Air Max 95 is something I associate with Central C. It probably would have made more sense to get an Air Force One, because when I ever see him, I feel like when I see him, he's always wearing Air Force Ones with his tracksuits. Maybe I'm not mistaken. I think that would have been a better tie-in, but I think this might also be like a JD Sports thing. I don't know. Just to look at it, because they look very JD Sports-ish. So I'm surprised why he didn't go for an Air Force One. that would have suited him way better, especially with the Tech Fleece. But again, you know, Air Maxes and Nike Tech tracksuits go together very, very well. So this is the overall design, as you can see here from the header. It's mostly like a navy upper, and it has this really cool 3M silver-ish type of material on the front, on the lace stays, which is also reflected on some of the eyelets. And I think that strip, if I'm not mistaken, I think that strip on the shoe is something that is akin to a nod, if I'm not mistaken, to like the line on the UK banknotes. I think so. I think that's where he got the idea from. It's a pretty clever flip. I'm not gonna lie. I really fucking like it. So the upper is, it doesn't even look like, I don't even think it's navy. I'm not even sure like what that color is. It's almost like a cement, I don't know, like a concrete type of color. Super dark gray. It looks kind of nubucky. You got some mesh there, but I really love this little material flip there. So where they've got the eye lace stay thing holder, it's made in this like nice silvery translucent color, or pinky color. That reminds me a lot of the strip on like 20 or 10 or most banknotes in the UK. So most as you can see here from the box that fills with cash, you have this little security strip thing, right, on the banknote. So I think that's where the inspiration for that come from, which is pretty cool, to be fair. And again, he's flossing hard with all these stacks of paper inside the shoe box. Love that. So I think that's where that kind of comes from. So I do love the look of them, not gonna fucking lie. And I'm sure there's a whole story behind why he chose the Air Max 95s themselves. So he looked pretty cool there. And there's also a matching tracksuit as well that you can see here too in the picture. There's a matching tracksuit that goes with it too. Look at this. As you can tell, it's a Nike Tech. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Nike Tech, you know, tracksuits in general, to be completely honest. I think they all look just too samey. And maybe the color combinations as well. They're not the greatest, you know. I'd like to see maybe a little bit of an evolution of the design of them, because essentially it's just like a windbreaker that's been made into a tracksuit, you know, with the skinny sweatpants and shit. Not really for me, but I know the kids love them, like especially in my area. Like whenever you go to the shopping mall, whenever you go to the shopping center, they just see kid after kid after kid, like head to toe in tracksuits, which is pretty cool, because when I was growing up, you had to wear designer in order to look like you had money or look like you were cool. You had to spend money on designer or fake designer. Nowadays, as a kid, you can buy like athletics or sportswear clothes and you can still look like you're dripping, you know. You can still look like you got that shit on, which is fucking cool. You don't have to spend money on fake shit. I see kids even wearing Primark and H&M and that sort of stuff, and no one bats an eyelid. Back in my day, it's like you had to wear fucking, you know, expensive shit. So the most expensive thing I see kids wearing nowadays are like those horrible Dior shoes that kind of look like Asics, and like Fear of God Essentials. Those are the things you see a lot of kids wearing a lot. And obviously a North Face or a Canada Goose jacket. But for the most part, most kids in my area love a good Nike Tech Fleece and an Air Max 95. So let's kind of scroll down here. It says, in addition to releasing his own Tech Fleece collection with his fall, Central C and Nike plan to release an Air Max 90 collaboration soon. The UK rapper teased the inaugural Nike project yesterday via a video campaign posted on his Instagram. The video confirms that it's actually a collaboration between Central C, Signer World Street Order. Sorry, his label. His brand is called Signer World Streetwear label, with the graffiti style Signer logo featured on up-and-coming Nike Tech Fleece. Also featured on the campaign, the Central C's Nike Air Max 95 collab, which is seen on his feet throughout the video spot. The shoe features a stealthy black base color scheme offset by bronze colored accents on eyelets. Also attached on the shoe is a hang tag that says live yours. So that's a pretty cool addition, isn't it? I didn't really clock that. So this isn't a collaboration between him. This is a collaboration between his brand Signer, which is quite cool. Instead of having his name on there, it says brand, which must be a really proud moment. You know what I mean? To come up and have your own collection with Nike must be sick. But they should be doing this anyway. I feel like Nike have always fumbled when it comes to stuff like this. They should lock up someone like a Central C into a long-term contract. Someone that lit, someone that young, that popular. Like don't play games. Don't take the piss out of him. Don't do like Nike shouldn't do what they did to Skepta, do you know what I mean? And did him dirty and then lock him down. They should lock him down like now and give him like a whole kind of sub label, you know what I mean, that he can just pump out products with. Kind of similar to what Nike do with Nocta with Drake. They should do that with Central C. He's that hot now. He needs to do that. He needs to flip and do that, honestly. He really needs to do that. So hopefully that happens, but they look fucking sick. There's a video, they're kind of hard to get a hold of. I haven't really found any information on where to buy them, but I did find this video here where somebody speaks about where you can purchase them, but it seems to be weird. There's not a lot of information. So I wonder if that's on purpose. But again, I like them how they look, but they do look kind of JD Sports-ish. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but they do look like something that you'd see on the shelves of JD Sports. Let's play the video. These are the Central C and new Nike Air Max 95s. The subtitle says they're the most rare pair so far this year. This is how to buy. They're in black and gold with a dual swoosh and signer hang tag. Inspired by Central C's up-and-coming album, Can't Rush Greatness. They also... Does he have his own prime as well with the fucking album? Nike, don't fumble the bag and give this guy the fucking label. Give him a brand. He's got his own prime, drink flavor coming out as well with it. Jesus Christos. They also have a signer details. They released 24th of October. Online and in-store at JD Sports. Yeah, I knew it. I had a feeling they're very JD Sports looking. So maybe they're like a tie-in with JD too. JD Stores, stocking signer. Wow. So they're not... Big up fucking... Big up... What's his face? Big up Central C. He's doing this collaboration, and instead of having them release at limited edition stores, these are going to be available to the people. These are going to be available, readily available in all JD Sports stores, it seems like. I see Stratford City, London West 1, London Oxford Street, White City, Glasgow, Manchester, Thurrock, Liverpool, Birmingham, Leicester, Romford, Croydon, Newcastle, Kingston upon Thames, Harrow, Brixton, everywhere. Peckham, Camden, Shepherd's Bush. What a fucking G. What a G. Instead of I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that he's not just dropping them limited edition in Selfridges or Goodhood or whatever limited edition store exists out there, or Dover Street Market. He's taking these shoes to the people and his fans where they're going to be buying shoes for the most part. JD's, Foot Locker when that still existed, Sports Direct, all that type of shit. They're not going to go to fucking Dover Street Market or Harrods, you know what I mean? Or Foot Patrol, you know? Even though Foot Patrol's owned by JD now, they're going to go to JD Sports. That's where they're going to go buy their clothes and shit, which is fucking sick. I love it. Big up Central C. That's fucking amazing. Can't wait to see the kids wear it. These are going to be one of those rare limited edition shoes that you actually see people outside actually wearing. Not the ones that you see only influencers wear or people that clearly got them for free. That's what I fucking like. And the last thing about this that I really like is this video. Big up Central C. I love this activation. So this is courtesy of UK Rap Daily. It features Central C handing nines a pair personally. And obviously kind of, you know, it touches on when you go link up your, you know, your dealer to go get some drugs and shit. That's kind of where the spin comes from. So I like the inspiration for this, what you call it, activation marketing little thing, giving these shoes or giving a, you know, an influencer pack to Nines, the rapper. It's fucking brilliant. I really like this. Let's play this for you. Let me play it one more time.
The hood's gonna be.
Play it one more time.
I think you're on the mat.
Legendary.
Come on.
Legendary.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sporting this, my nigga.
That's so cool, man. And look how he's got the sweats. So he's got the shoes, I think, in the white bag, and he's got the, I think he's got the sweats packaged up in that kind of I don't know what you call that packaging. That packaging that dealers use to wrap, you know, weed and shit and other bits of drugs. I love that. Fucking looks cool. It looks really fucking cool.
Quick in and out. The hood's gonna be so essential.
That's really cool. I really love that, man. That's a really cool activation. I love the idea behind it, especially, you know, if you know anything about going to go grab illicit adult treats from very sketchy dealers that are always half an hour away, but never really half an hour away. That's a really good kind of nod to that. I fucking love it. I really do love it. It looks fucking fantastic. And obviously they're going to be dropping, I think, this Friday, 24th. So if you have the ability to get a pair and you live next to a JD Sports, try and find them. They're fucking sick. Support the kid, and maybe he might get more collaborations. Big up Vinicius Jr. Did you guys watch the Champions League games the other day? Fucking fantastic. Borussia Dortmund were doing the unthinkable, winning 2-0 coming into, what, was it halftime? No, sorry, I think Real Madrid scored just before halftime, I think. Oh, that doesn't matter. Either way, they were winning 2-0. It was looking really good. No, sorry, they were winning 2-0 at the first half. And then Real Madrid scored 5 goals in the second half. Absolutely insane. But standard Borussia Dortmund shit. I don't know about Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund's defending, man. God bless you. If you're a Borussia Dortmund fan, if you're a Borussia Dortmund season ticket holder, God bless you. You might have some good league title runs or challenges, sorry. You might actually win the league title from time to time, some domestic cups, but that team must give you an absolute aneurysm. They might cause you to have a heart attack. The defending is so bad. Some people are blaming Nuri Sahin for at one substitution, but you can't blame him for the one substitution. For the whole team conceding 5 goals in one half is too much. Maybe he's to blame for 1 or 2, but not the all 5 goals. But the defending in the second half was woeful. But Real Madrid's ability to bounce back and obviously win the game was fantastic. And Vinicius Jr.'s performance, otherworldly. Especially after being nominated, or no, especially after the news came out that most likely he was going to win the Ballon d'Or. That's what the news was being leaked at. He's going to win his first Ballon d'Or. And what a performance to remind people about your powers. Because I think some people are like, oh, why Vinicius Jr. is winning it? Other players should have. So he reminded you Wagwan, especially for his 3rd goal to get that fucking hat trick. He ran basically from the length of his, from his half, the whole length of the fucking pitch. Dribbling, cutting on the inside, kind of fake to shoot for his man and buried a shot into the bottom corner. Absolutely incredible goal. Legit. And it's surprising because I always knew he was fast, but I didn't know he was that fast carrying the ball for that long of a distance. It feels like there's not a lot of players that can do that nowadays. A lot of wingers now have very good acceleration. They're very good across like a short distance. Let's say like 40 yards, they'll destroy you. And in the modern day game, especially how teams defend, if you can accelerate really quickly across 40 yards, for the most part, you're going to punish a lot of teams. You don't really need to carry the ball like the way that Messi or Ronaldo did at their pomp, right? That was the kind of, especially Ronaldo at Man United. I think he stopped doing that at Real Madrid because he played more centrally, he played more up front. But Ronaldo at United and Messi, the era where he had kind of longer hair, really young, played with Eto'o and shit, he'd get the ball out on the wings on the right-hand side, cut in and just run straight through the team and fire a shot at goal. Fucking incredible. Nowadays, players don't do that because, number one, you know, it's too compact. Number two, there's not a lot of players that can carry the ball that long of a distance. So, big up Vinicius Jr. for reminding us that he's cut from that cloth. He carried the ball legitimately from his nearly near his own box all the way into the other side of the fucking pitch. Still had the composure to fucking, you know, feint or drop a shoulder on the inside of his man and got the shot away before the defender could block. Supreme performance. But I still have to look at the keeper. I think the keeper could have saved it, personally, if it was me. I think the defenders could have blocked the shot. They shouldn't have let him get that close into the goal. They should have at least cut him down or taken the yellow card or something. You let him dribble that easily was not on. And just in general, the defending overall was fucking pants. But Vinicius Jr. reminding motherfuckers what time it is. And the celebration. The celebration was fucking goated, innit? The celebration was goated. Reminded you of Ronaldo, that epic fucking goal that he scored at the Bernabeu, taking off his shirt, you know, screaming, lifting up his shirt, showing the number and shit. I think he even do that at the end as well. Absolutely phenomenal goal. Love Vinicius Jr. Absolutely love Vinicius Jr. Talking about what I love, I also kind of love this. Big up fucking Bronny James. You know, making his debut for the Los Angeles Lakers alongside his pups. They played together. Absolutely crazy scenes. Even though some are suggesting they probably don't deserve to play, you know. It's a lot of nepotism going on there. But just for the moment, it's fucking fantastic. I don't give a fuck. Just for the moment itself, it's fantastic. Let them live for the moment itself. For the moment itself, I say let them live. There you got them there coming on. Okay, cool. Let's do it again one more time.
History. Tonight,
look at that. Look at that.
Father-son duo.
That's insane. That's insane. Especially when you consider there's video clips, right? There's video clips and pictures that we've all seen of LeBron James on the sidelines with a very young Bronny James on his lap. Actual toddler. And now to see them both rocking up and playing a game in the NBA for Los Angeles Lakers is fucking wild. Do you know how wild that is? Like, legit. It's absolutely wild. And big up Bronny James too for getting his trim. I think Mace suggested it. Big up Mace from that show. I think It Is What It Is, right, with Cameron. I think Mace said, like, Bronny needs to start acting like he's that guy. Even though maybe he might not be that guy, he needs to act like he's that guy. And then acting like he's that guy might make him play like that guy. And Mace said he should put the sleeve on like his dad. He should get his hair braided like fucking Iverson and kind of really go on there with a bit of attitude and try and play. So I think he's listened to part of the advice because he has got his hair braided. It's not out in the afro anymore. So I think Bronny is starting to really feel himself, be like, you know what? Let's fucking go, man. Let's fucking go.
This is all in the
That's
family.
mad, isn't it? That's mad.
And what a celebration.
And there's the daughter and the other kid.
Family.
Look at them. The stadium's all quiet. That's history. I wonder how much the tickets went for that moment. That must have been an epic moment, isn't it? I wonder how much the tickets went for. The tickets must have gone for crazy amounts for that first game of the NBA season, and to see Bronny James rock up there playing with his dad. Those tickets must have been going for bucks. There's Savannah James, LeBron James' wife, and Bronny James' mum in the stands.
Brother and sister.
Wearing that good. She got that good Sacai and Carhartt jacket on. What's that? 1,500. I also saw on Twitter that she was carrying the Himalaya fucking Birkin bag that might be like 200,000 plus and shit. Fucking hell.
His mom on hand.
Yeah, having a good time. So yeah, big up them two, man. Big up them two. I fucking love to see it. You really do love to see it. How's it gonna bode? How's it gonna play out for the rest of the season? I don't fucking know. That hoodie's if it was me, I would have jacked that hoodie on the floor and tried to sell that, bro. That would have went for bucks. The game worn jersey from Thingy, that would have gone for fucking money. But yeah, it looks fucking sick. Fucking love it. Love to see it. Regardless of how it pans out, it's a fucking amazing moment, and proud and happy. Or proud. I don't fucking know those people. I'm happy for them. And let's see how it goes out. Who knows? Maybe Bronny James will prove all of his doubters wrong. I know nothing about football. I know nothing about basketball, football. Jesus Christ, you can tell I know nothing. But hopefully he proves people wrong. That's what I'm hoping for. I love a good comeback story. I love a good comeback story. So I would love nothing more than Bronny James to turn out to be an absolute baller. Legit baller. That would be fucking amazing. That would be amazing to see. I swear to God, that'd be amazing to see. Big up Stevie M in the comments, in the stream chat. Sorry, she got that D-Fags Carhartt. Exactly, yeah. She got that official D-Fags Carhartt. Nah, man, she got that good Sacai on. That Sacai jacket might be like $2,000 plus or something. So yeah, she got that good Sacai jacket on that's sold out everywhere, very, very much in demand. And she's also carrying a fucking Birkin bag that was like $200,000 plus. I think I saw a picture of her on a podcast. I was like, what's she doing, man? Why is LeBron James' wife on a fucking podcast? You're LeBron James' wife. Like, what are you doing? Go spend your money. Go and relax in the Seychelles or something. You know what I mean? Like, go and ball out. Go shopping. Do some more shopping and some more shopping. You don't need to be on fucking a podcast talking about who's gonna split the bill, all this sort of malarkey, all this sort of bullshit topics. You're LeBron James' fucking wife, man. You know what I mean? Act like it, please. And obviously these pictures here that are really cool, that I really like actually, which features Bronny James with FaZe Clan. He's part of FaZe Clan. So they all came out to watch him, which is really sweet, to be fair. They all kind of popped out to watch Bronny James' first game for the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm sure he was fucking over the moon for it. I'm not going to lie. Let me wait to see this load up. Bear with me a second here as this loads. Here we go. There it is. You see him there, chilling with some members of FaZe. And then you also have this really sick picture here with the whole group, which is really cool because they're doing the Playboy Carti's thing. You know, Playboy Carti's new style now is wearing oversized basketball jerseys. He's got them they're wearing them backwards so you can see the name in the front with the do-rag and the hat. So I fucking love that. I love the Playboy Carti cosplay with the baggy jeans and the Timberlands. So that looks fucking cool. And obviously LeBron James is there, say FaZe Banks and a few other of the new FaZe Clan contingents. Whatever you fucking call that word is. But yeah, big up FaZe Clan, big up Bronny James. Hopefully it works out for them. Big up Cole in the stream chat. Wife on a podcast, nothing but a liability. Yeah, for sure. I don't know why she was on a pod. She needs to fucking relax. Like, you're not relatable. You're married to a fucking multi-billionaire superstar athlete. Like, please relax. Please enjoy your money. Honestly, if you're that paid, you should not be on a podcast, personally, for me. You've got nothing to teach people. You're not relatable. We don't want you to be relatable, personally. I don't want Savannah James to be relatable. I don't want LeBron James to be relatable. I want these guys to be freaks. I want you to look at them and think, oh my God, wow. Look at what he's able to achieve. Look at how far he's pushing his body. That's what I want to see. I don't want to have them, look like the common day person, or act like the average everyday person. Please, no. You probably have fucking, Gucci fucking toilet paper. Let's relax with the fucking pods. So big up Savannah James, big up Bronny James, big up LeBron James. We love to see it. Cool. Continuing on. So I got this to say. I saw this, right? Big up this person on Twitter for posting this picture. because I've seen it before. But I never knew it was a cruising thing. So big up George Michael. I never made that connection. So big up this person on Twitter for posting these pictures and saying, fuck it, I'm dressing up as George Michael cruising for Halloween. So this is an iconic image of George Michael. It might look like that might be LA based on where it's from, or maybe San Francisco, near a toilet somewhere. And it looks like he's cruising, you know, as a gay guy, you know, trying to get his freak on. R.I.P. George Michael, the fucking legendary guy. Love him, love him, love him. And what I realized quickly after watching or looking at these pictures is how low down his hat is on his face. Obviously, he's doing it to cover his face so no one sees it's George Michael, even though you can, you can spot that iconic beard from anywhere. He still pulled it really far down, right? His face, so you can kind of hardly see his face. And then on the other image, it's even clearer, right? How far down his face that hat is. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the recent Balenciaga collection for spring 2025. And it got me thinking, did Demna get inspired not by Leonardo DiCaprio and his refusal to let the paparazzi get a clean shot of him and always kind of covering his face, right? You've seen the pictures, right? So Leonardo DiCaprio, these pictures that he always, like, he's really iconic, the pictures of him. You know, paparazzi, is it, let's see, paparazzi hat, right? He's always covering his face. So he's covering his face with a hat. He's always kind of putting his head down, covered with glasses. He puts his jacket over his mouth. He fucking hates the paps, right? So I thought the hat was inspired by Leonardo DiCaprio and his refusal to let the pap get a free picture of his grill as he's running around, probably, you know, probably fucking chin is swinging from side to side, face probably covered with ulcers and shit. I don't know why he does it, but he doesn't like people taking his picture, right? So I thought that was what he inspired by. But I was wondering, having now seen this picture of George Michael cruising, I'm thinking maybe Demna was actually inspired by George Michael and not Leonardo DiCaprio, which make more sense, innit? With George Michael being gay and shit, it would make more sense him being inspired by him, especially him being a gay icon. But I'm wondering, I think that's where the inspiration come from for this hat, courtesy of the spring 2025 collection. I think that's where it came from. This hat design that he made for Balenciaga, where essentially, if you're not watching the clip, if you're not seeing what I'm posting on the screen, what he designed is a hat. And I've heard from somebody, actually somebody left me a comment that the actual hat, you can see through it. So it's designed with a type of material where it looks like you can't see through it from the front, but it's somewhat semi-transparent on the back. And it's also designed in a way that covers your face. Because at first I thought it's just a regular hat, and the stylist has styled it in a way where she sort of just tilted it to the front. But actually, according to this commenter, it's actually designed in a way where it kind of fits your head that way. So it's kind of covering most of your face. So I'm thinking maybe the design that he copied, or the inspiration for this, especially with the logo. Look at the logo. It's got that Balenciaga B logo that almost looks like an Oakley O, which is similar and very on point to this logo that George Michael has on his hat, right? So I wonder if that's the inspiration. Maybe the inspiration is this George Michael hat and not Leonardo DiCaprio. Because I think the hat he's wearing is an Oakley hat. I think so. The hat that George Michael has on there is some Oakley hat. So I think that's a brand. So I think that's where that comes from. So maybe that's where the design of that hat actually comes from. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But either way, I'm really looking forward to seeing that hat when it actually does eventually be available, or maybe it's made available in showrooms, because I want to see the details. I'd love to see how it's designed on the inside to make it work. I want to see how it's shaped on the inside to fit your nose, where the part of the material is that you can see through it. Allegedly somebody said you can see through it. It's basically like a mask that is shaped like a hat, basically. I want to see what that looks like in real life, because I might want to cop it. It looks fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie. It'll be a good piece to wear when I'm doing my DJ live streams or something. I'm fucking gonna use that for sure. It looks fucking sick. I really fucking like it. Look at that. Look at it. Covers your entire face, because the model's face isn't pointing down, as you can see, because you can kind of see the angle of his ears and stuff. He's looking straight ahead, but the hat looks like he's kind of looking downwards. It's fucking sick. So I'm really curious to see. And obviously there's another one here too, featured with the spikes on it too, that I think is going to be the most popular one. I think I'm definitely going to see this on my techno tourism travels around Europe, especially Berlin. I think I'm going to see a bunch of people wearing this particular hat with the studs on it. So curious to know if that's true or not. I guess we'll find out at some point. Moving on, We also have this, courtesy of Lyst, just released. The Lyst Index is a quarterly ranking of fashion's most hottest brands and products. Lyst is a fashion technology company and a premium shopping app used by more than 200 people each year to browse, discover, and buy items from brands and stores. The formula behind Lyst Index takes into account Lyst shoppers' behavior, including searches on the platform and off the platform, product views, and sales to track the brand and product heat. The formula also incorporates social media mentions, activity, engagement, statistics worldwide over a 3-month period. Now, in my humble opinion, I personally think the Lyst Power Index thing is fugazi. I think there's a lot of payola involved here. I don't think this is an accurate representation of customers' habits, shopping habits. I don't think so. Obviously, it only applies to one particular app itself, which is Lyst. But I think there's a lot of fugazi, a lot of payola, a lot of underhand, brown envelope type of shit going on, allegedly. That's what I think. Only my opinion. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that brands won't just let an app decide who the hottest brand is and have that go over across media. They're going to buy their way in and want to slot in here and there. So regardless, let's just read the list. So according to Lyst, the top 20 brands in order: number 1, Miu Miu, then Prada, Loewe, Bottega Veneta, Saint Laurent, Moncler, Versace, Balenciaga, Valentino, and Jacquemus. Those are the top 10. 11 to 20, we have Gucci, Burberry, Skims, Louis Vuitton, New Balance, Doro, Diesel, Dolce & Gabbana, Alaya, JW Anderson. Allegedly. Not too sure if this is true or not, but allegedly. Now, I don't know, there's something fishy about the Miu Miu and Prada positions, in my personal opinion. Something very fishy about that. I think the Loewe and Bottega positions make sense. Saint Laurent, I think, should probably be a bit higher based on what people buy online and shit. Balenciaga 2 being number 8 smells a bit fishy to me. They're allegedly up 4 places from 8th, which is fucking ridiculous. So they weren't even in the top 10 before. And then the Jacquemus edition as well makes sense, even though I don't like the brand. They do get a lot of mentions online and people do tend to buy it a lot. And I think I judge a lot of the buying patterns on not fashion people, or not fashion Twitter people anyway, regular folks, let's say, right? And I do see a lot of people, one particular person being T-Rail from Back on Fig, who loves wearing his Jacquemus orange frayed edges bucket hat thing. That hat is really popular, I think, amongst a particular demographic of black people. They love that Jacquemus bucket hat with the little silver logo on it. So I feel like I've seen Jacquemus sort of like permeate that field. So whenever you do that, it's almost like Charles Jeffrey Loverboy, you know? Charles Jeffrey Loverboy hats with the bunny ears, they've permeated through like black culture and shit. And a lot of people who probably have no idea who Charles Loverboy or Charles Jeffrey is, they probably wouldn't be able to point him out if you walk down the street, but they love the hat. So I think once you've done that, you really made it. So I think the Jacquemus position makes sense. Actually, that being said, should Charles Jeffries be on here? Probably, I'm not too sure, but I don't know. I've got a feeling there's a lot of politics involved in this list. I don't think it's very accurate of what people actually buy, in my humble opinion, but I could be wrong. It says here, Miu Miu Obsession. The Lyst Index of 2024 sees Miu Miu reclaim the number 1 spot, jostling Prada into 2nd position. Searching for Miu Miu increased 8% this quarter, with 3 Miu Miu pieces, the top 10 hottest products, a first for any Lyst Index brand, a testament to the global obsession with Miu Miu products. I don't know if I believe this, man. I just don't know. I just don't know if I believe this. I still think these New Balances, though, which is really interesting. I think these New Balances that they made are really cool, but I also think if they did opt for a regular sole, I think way more people would have bought them. I know they probably did it on purpose as a sensibility to the Miu Miu brand and their customer base, but I feel like if they had just like a regular sole and not this like thin, zero drop, almost ballerina type sole, you know, I think it would have sold I think it would have sold to way more people outside of people who like Miu Miu. But the good thing is that I see a lot more fashion people wearing that particular sneaker than I see like sneakerheads, which is probably the reason why they made it that shape, right? And that would have that midsole. But I feel like if they had a regular trainer midsole, I feel like a lot more people, myself included, would have probably been more prone to buying them. But they do look cool regardless, especially like the design of like, or the little styling tip of having like 2 laces, 2 different style of laces on the shoe. I think that looks pretty cool. Right now, Miu Miu is outperforming the market delivering brand heat plus cultural weight that sets it apart from the eyes of fashion shopper. Playful, unique styling, and a must-have viral products cement Miu Miu firmly on top of the table. Searching for Miu Miu for the male shoppers on Lyst has increased 88% from over the last 3 months. While the collaboration sneaker, the New Balance, is a quarter's hottest product, sold out in hours online. Saint Laurent enters the top 5 for the first time, and searching for Saint Laurent products increased 10%. Okay. Here's some of the top products according to Lyst. The top products are as features. Oh, look at that. Okay, interesting. The top products are the Miu Miu sneaker, the Miu Miu New Balance 530 SL sneaker. They've got some earrings here by a designer called Kate, who I'm not really... Oh, actually, I'm familiar with them. I am. I've seen them, I think, in a magazine before. There's Miu Miu sweat briefs. I hate to know how much these are. They must be like $5, isn't it? Look at these sweat briefs. One material... is that logo embroidered? It better be embroidered. It's not screen printed, is it? Yeah, I think it's embroidered. Those pants must be like... Those swim briefs, I bet they're like £500. I bet you. Okay, cool. Here's some hottest products. So, Miu Miu sneakers, the Kate earrings, the Miu Miu swim brief, the Alaya Bejeweled ballet flaps. Yeah, I've seen these everywhere. Every TikTok, every little kind of like fashion it girl on social media, I think whoever's profile I've stumbled across has at least one picture of them wearing these flats. They're so popular. But I also think there must be other brands. There must be other non-Alaya brands that also make that design, because I've seen other girls who, you know, I would say I don't think could afford them wearing them. So either there must be loads of, you know, reps, or maybe there's other brands making their own style of these, and maybe instead of them being jewels, it's studs. Instead of studs, it's like crosses. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's somebody doing that sort of thing, but they look cool. They got the Carhartt Detroit jacket in top 5. That's pretty cool. I love to see that. That's a workwear favorite, that streetwear favorite. Very, very versatile and easy to wear jacket. Very cheap as well. Readily available. You can get them secondhand for fucking peanuts. Even now that they're super popular, you can still get them secondhand for fucking peanuts. And it's a great wardrobe piece that you can wear easily with loads of shit. Actually a lot better to wear this sort of stuff than buying expensive, fancy designer clothes. You're not really gonna suit your style. A Detroit jacket from Carhartt, you're not going to go wrong. You're honestly not going to go wrong. Even a chore jacket, you're not going to go wrong. And they're fucking bulletproof too. You've got the Balenciaga rodeo bag. Really? So that Kaggle that everybody wears, or that seal the beach, that's impossible. Really? I feel like I've seen bare people wearing this particular bag. Let me see if I can get up on you. Balenciaga. Is it Kaggle? I think it's a Kaggle, right? It's a Kaggle bag. I feel like I've seen way more people wearing the Kaggle and the, is it Les City? So I've seen people wearing that bag way more in real life as I have seen that fucking bag that they're saying here on the screen. Who to believe? My eyes? Do my eyes deceive me, or is the most popular Balenciaga bag a completely different bag that I've not seen anybody wear in real life? Because I think I've even seen a DJ have the one that I'm talking about as like a DJ bag. So like, yeah, this Les City bag, I've seen way more in real life. Like, and I don't even go outside that much, but I've seen way more people carrying that Les City bag, you know, in its various sizes, and, you know, not the rodeo, but, and the other one I mentioned too, way more, and even the Kaggle too. I mentioned the Kaggle, but I've seen way more people wearing that Les City bag than the actual fucking Kaggle. I swear on my life. But maybe I'm bugging out. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they're saying here that the rodeo is the one. Miu Miu polo shirt is number 7. Rick Owens prong down dress is 8. Area embellished cutout jeans. That's a really cool design. I like that design where the rips are sort of like what do you call it, covered in diamonds and shit. That's pretty cool. And Saint Laurent Panthers glasses. Cool. All right, brands moving fast. Area, Luke, brand Area presented Spring Summer 24 runway collection in February. Worn by Taylor Swift, trending product embellished jeans. They're on the up. Wardrobe NYC's on the up too. Yeah, big up Wardrobe NYC. That's the brand that was founded by the lady that used to style for Off-White, innit? I forgot her name. That's pretty cool. Dries Van Noten is also popping up, and a few more. Okay, fair play. Like I said, I don't believe it. I feel like this list is made of a lot of payola. I don't believe anything on this list personally. I think it's just a, you know, a thing to make people in fashion happy. But I think a lot of it is fugazi. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Moving on, we got this post courtesy of Modern Notoriety and Good Ass Sub featuring Ye and his glow up. Everyone's saying this is a consequence of American food. So Modern Notoriety wrote the following: "Nah, this is just what happens when you're not consuming American food and spend a good amount of time in Asia. Everything changes." But I don't think that's the case. I just think, I think Kanye, like most of us guys, myself included, goes through a fat phase, goes through a skinny phase, goes through a super strict phase where you're eating well, you're working out, goes through a phase where you're being a fucking pig and eating whatever. So I think in this particular phase, he's in that good phase where he's kind of looking after himself because the glow up is insane. As Good Ass Sub says, this is 3 months ago, 2003, 3 months ago and now, and the glow up is insane. You can tell as well the glow up because he's shaving his beard. That's always a good sign that somebody knows that they're losing weight and they're looking trim. The shaving of the beard to expose the jawline. But here you see Kanye looking a bit crazy. To be fair, he looks a little more musty here in this picture. Obviously he's bloated. He also looks like he's shaved his eyebrows. So I think that's what makes him look extra kind of wild. But he's got more stubble there, shaved his eyebrows in 2003. 3 months ago, I think he looked the same, but he just had a beard that was not trimmed. So he looks a bit rough. But here in particular, on his date night out with Bianca, going to fucking I think Dover Street Market it was, he looks really trim. The goatee is trimmed up. You see the jawlining. And of course you have to also give credit to Asia, innit? You have to imagine living in Tokyo for how long Ye's been living in Tokyo now, working on an album, being as rich as he is, being able to live the places he can live, eat the places he can probably eat access to. Like, it must be insane. Like, I can't wait to finally go to Tokyo at some point. And one of the things that I'm going to indulge in, and even though I think I'm still going to buy a bunch of clothes, I think the one thing that I'm really looking forward to going to Tokyo to go and experience is the food. Finding a little hole in the wall place that does the best sushi, that does the best this, the best dim sum, the best sandwiches, the best pizza. Like, they've got all those little freaky spots all over the place that you can find. Some of them you won't be able to find them on the internet. So I can't wait to go and experience all that sort of stuff and just eat stuff like, you know, good produce, nothing, you know, fucking around with chemicals and shit, natural, organic shit, somebody making it right in front of you, really fresh, really, you know, nutrient dense and stuff. A lot of walking around too, because I see a lot of clips, which is really nice as well. It must be really fucking awesome if you're Ye to finally go to a place where you don't need, you know, a lot of security. He always just have one person, but he doesn't need like a lot of security like you would do in the States, because in general Japanese people by nature tend to just leave you alone. And I think he mentioned it, which is really nice, by the way. I really like this. I think there's a post somewhere. I think I saw a post somewhere on, where did I see that post? I think I might have saw that post on like one of these like Kanye-based Reddits or Kanye-based Twitter accounts, where somebody said they bumped into Ye and Bianca in Japan and they asked him for a picture, and Ye said no, but he said, yeah, you want to talk, you can hang. And that's what Bianca said too. So I guess he does, he's, you know, at some points he might want to take a picture, but most of the time he doesn't want to. But he doesn't mind you taking a picture of him and his wife. He won't take a picture with you, but he also doesn't mind you having a quick chat, you know, like, you want a quick chat, yeah, quick. So it must be quite nice to go somewhere like Japan and be able to just walk the streets hand in hand with your wife, you know, and do what normal couples can do who aren't super famous, and not have a massive security or not have like loads of people following you around and harassing you and shit. That also must be cool. So he's been out there for an extended period of time now. He's actually working on his album that's meant to be dropping soon, called Bully. He actually dropped a fucking album cover for it now, which is fucking cool. The album cover is actually designed by this photographer who I went to see his exhibition, called Daido Moriyama. Went to see his exhibition at the Photographer's Gallery actually earlier this year in February. He did a retrospective at the Photographer's Gallery here in Tottenham Court Road. And Kanye has actually got the cover designed by him, which is fucking cool. He's like 81 years old, this incredible photographer guy. Really fucking, you know, higher level type of shit. Loads of black and white stuff, loads of photography, loads of out of depth, out of focus stuff. He's also got this technique where he kind of like overexposes the film, points at the sun, and then takes a picture. Loads of really cool nightlife. Like, when I was there, I was snapping so many pictures of the exhibition on my phone and shit. And actually, I was thinking in the future as well to take some of that inspiration of some of the styles and the kind of finishes into some of my pictures when I eventually end up kind of putting together that little nightlife scene that I've always wanted to do that I never got around to doing. But it's really amazing pictures, honestly. The photography is fucking brilliant. if you actually do check it out. But yeah, Daido Moriyama's obviously designing it, and you'd imagine he probably got exposed to Daido Moriyama because he's out in Japan. You know, he's a huge Japanese contemporary artist, photographer guy, so most likely he got exposed to a lot of his work, maybe saw some books of some of the stuff that he done, maybe walked into a gallery, maybe went to somebody's house and they have an original fucking Daido Moriyama piece, and then suddenly bang, inspiration comes and you've got an album cover for a flipping, you know, for a project that you're working on called Bully, which is a really good name as well for a fucking album too, by the way. I love these one-word album titles, I'm not gonna lie, which is obviously coming up very soon. So big up Ye. Can't wait to see what Ye's gonna do. Can't wait to see the album when it does eventually drop. Obviously not listen to singles, just gonna wait for the whole entire thing to drop, and then we're gonna fucking go from there. So big up Ye, the fucking G. And yeah, and there's a bit of an image there. As you can see, there's Ye walking around town with what's her face, with Bianca Censori. Big up TMZ, by the way. Do they ever fucking retract their stories? Didn't TMZ say that they were divorced, and now they act like they never said it? Like, do they ever retract their stories, go back and say, oh yeah, our bad, we got that wrong, error, apologies to Ye and Bianca for any stress or disturbance or issues our story may have caused you? They don't say anything. They just pretend like it didn't happen. But they put the story out there. These guys are divorced. They're not together anymore. Blah, blah, blah. He hasn't been at this show. She went back to her family crying. All these fucking made up fucking fan fiction details. And now we found out that obviously it's not true because, you know, here they are together, you know, walking around the streets of fucking Tokyo and going to fucking Dover Street markets and Margiela stores and wherever else they're going, having a fucking good time. You know what I mean? And they told us they were fucking divorced. Fucking liars, man. It's also nice too, because whenever I see them shopping, they have like some security guards sometimes carrying the bags. That's fucking cool, innit? You got the bank account, the bank balance that Ye's got. You just ball out, and then you get the fucking, you know, you get the security guards to put the shit into the bag in the back for you. I fucking love it. I also love this, by the way. Clearly knowing the photographers are there, get a nice picture for yourself, walk back in, you know, jump in the car, go home. Vibes, fucking vibes. I love it. So yeah, I love them. I love it. Can't wait to see the new album when it does eventually drop. Can't wait to see when the exactly. You did that exactly. I did the divorce coverage exactly. I was a divorce correspondent. I was covering it like it was real. I didn't want it to be. Actually, I did say in my quote unquote coverage, I didn't want it to be real because it did seem like, you know, he found his person with Bianca Censori. It looks like they're chill. They seem like, you know, they don't really bother anybody. They live their life. He lets her do her thing. She lets him do his thing, but they're good complement to each other. And to be fair, Ye hasn't looked this good since maybe the beginning of his relationship with Kim. He looks actually healthy, you know? He looks healthy. He looks in good spirits. Obviously, don't give him a mic. Don't put him around Jewish people. You know, don't ask him about Diddy. You know, don't ask him about Drake. Obviously, avoid certain things, but I think looks-wise, aesthetically, kind of looks the best he's ever looked. Like, he looks healthy, he looks well-rested. I'm sure this is all part of his, like, alternative way to kind of rid himself of bipolar medication, because he's spoken already how he felt that the bipolar medication, obviously, like, allegedly the side effects is that it makes you retain loads of weight. So he was feeling really, and also he feels like it was kind of nulling his ability to be creative. So he must probably, I think, and knowing Ye and being a fan and being a stan of his, I'm assuming most likely he's kind of trying to seek out other alternative routes or other alternative methods, alternative options to be healthy again and to kind of rid himself of whatever condition that he has. So maybe, you know, living in different places 4 times of the year, eating well, working out a bunch is probably going to be helping, you know what I mean? So let's live our lives that way, innit? Let's live our lives that way. It's good to see. It's good to see. It's good to see. Yeah, machine. Yeah, because I increased the bit rate. That's why I'll probably put it back down. Big up Sarlux. I increased the bit rate, so I'll probably have to, I'll take it down. If it's lagging a bit, I'll take it down, back down again. But someone did complain about the bit rate. This is the thing. You can't really listen to people on streams, innit? Because someone will sit here and say, "Oh, it's too choppy. It's too choppy." I feel like it's not moving smoothly, the cameras. Then you'll increase the bit rate to make it smoother and shit. Then people start complaining it's lagging too much. So, you know, you just have to choose the best of both worlds. And the best of all worlds is just how it was lagging before, or no, kind of choppy, but it was smooth. There was no dips in the stream. So I'll put the bit rate down again, and then hopefully that will get rid of the issue. Yeah, cool. Let's move on. Big up John Geiger. Big up John Geiger. New drop from John Geiger. New drop from the guy that is John Geiger, dropping on the 25th, which is I think Friday. So get your wallets, get your PayPals ready to get some 004s. You know I've spoken glowingly and very enthusiastically about these shoes. I probably bored you to bits with them, but it needs to be said, they are fucking phenomenal. And another colorway is dropping, which is the lime colorway. There's been so many great lime colorways over the years, but the ones that probably stand out in recent times, you would imagine, were probably the Yeezy 350s, right? But there's been a ton of them. I think in recent years, there was a pair of Adidas Sambas from, I forgot that podcast, that made them as well, came out recently. I'm a big fan of lime, always been one of my favorite colors. Annoyingly, that neon green has always been a favorite color of mine, which is annoying because in recent years, or in recent months, recent times, Charlie XCX has kind of co-opted the color neon and made it hers, with the Bratz album and Brat Summer moniker and everything else around it. So it's been kind of hard to be flying the flag for neon, but I've been a neon green guy all the time. I've got hoodies in neon green, beanies in neon, Carhartt beanies, socks and shit. It's always been a favorite color of mine, so I fucking love the color. If I was being nitpicky, I'd say I'd probably want the outsole maybe not to be black, maybe to be clear, maybe to be white, maybe to be whatever else color, but still I think it works really well. I do really like what they've done with the edges, because I only noticed it later you can see the actual name inscribed here on the side, right? The J and the G here written out there on the side, which is pretty cool. But I also like the border around the actual letters itself is in black, so it kind of pops up a little bit on the mesh. So as you can see here on the mesh, it's a bit yellow, and then you got the black border around this cage that sort of like wraps around the shoe. The pull tab here is all black. I think I would have liked this to be orange too, how it usually is, but it's black. You got pure neon green laces as well to use. There's other ones too that also speckled, and the knit itself is some speckled pieces, which is nice. So you got these little nice speckled bits of black featured on the knit as well, and then you got the neon popping off there too. So it's really fucking beautiful shoe. Oh, and look at the tip too. There's a neon tip. Oh, these are so nice. There's a neon tip too. They look fucking gorgeous. They're available on Friday, so make sure you keep an eye out and try and cop a pair if possible. As you can see here, there's some details there too of the mesh knit itself, or the mesh or the knit. Let's not say mesh, let's say call it knit. They're available also in this white and grey colorway, and you've also got the neon. Personally, for me, I think the neon's a standout color because, you know, I love neon, and there's probably not a lot of shoes lately that have been made in neon. No, they don't usually have all neon shoes. You might have a little bit of neon, but not all neon shoes. So I do like that addition. Although I do like the cage and on the grays and how it looks all grey, and that they look fucking phenomenal. That looks fucking sick. So do make sure you try and cop a pair on Friday when they do eventually drop. As you can see here, there's other details of laces too for you to check out here available. Big up John Geiger, we love to see it. Anybody that wants a copper pair, you know where to go. I think it's johngeiger.co or .co or .com, one or the other. But as you can see here, the grey pairs come with white speckled laces and also black speckled laces there, and it also has the black tip at the front. As you can see, you got some of the knit there with the black speckles on the inside too. That pattern's really cool. He should probably make that into a jumper or a beanie. That pattern's really fucking cool in the knit. That should be a jumper, a beanie, or even like a scarf. That look really fucking cool. And then of course you've got the white laces too with this pattern with the speckle on it too. What else do you have here? And also you have some speckles here as well on the neon green. But they look really nice, man. That pop is fucking beautiful. Like really fucking beautiful. I love these. Such a cool design. Such a cool design. I think we've got one more slide here as well, again with the neon. Actually, they look better here on this angle. I take back the black outsole. I kind of like the black outsole, I'm not gonna lie. They look way better on this type of angle here, where the shoes are kind of laid down on the floor. I like the look of the black outsole. It kind of looks really, it kind of wraps it all around. It looks fucking cool. I fucking love it, especially with the break with the white midsole here. It gives it a really nice depth, and that's the thing that's really odd with my pair. When I got them, I thought they were way higher than what they look like. But your actual shoe, I think it's, I guess the technical term would be like vulcanized, because your foot sits a bit lower than what the outside looks like. So the midsole kind of looks like it's really high, but your actual foot sits maybe in the middle of this white midsole here, along here. So it's not really up on this bit. So this is not all cushion. it kind of sits on the inside, which is really nice. It kind of gives it a little bit of height, but also doesn't make them super thin and flat and shit. But I really like them. Oh, the pull tab on the heel isn't black. It's actually dark green. Oh, I like the little flip there. It's actually a nice dark green kind of color, almost like a forest green color. I'm not mad at them as well. I'm not mad at those in the slightest. They look really nice. And obviously you got there. So they do come with, I guess, all neon green laces. And they may also come with this white lace as well to kind of mix them up a bit. But really fucking cool. Check them out. Available this Friday on johngeigerco.com. Actually, that's a website. johngeiger.co on the website. As you can see here, every 004 that's dropped, every John Geiger 004 has sold out. None of them are fucking available. The white dry ice pair is gone. So the first pair was the one that I have, right? I think. Oh no, maybe the first pair was a melon. Maybe the first pair was a melon, sold out. The pair that I have, stealth, sold out. Dry ice, sold out. Charcoal, sold out. This is one of my favorites too. The Friends and Family green and camo beige, fucking beautiful, sold out. Green, the green camo sold out. South Beach camo sold out. Arctic blue sold out. Jesus Christ, amazing, man. Definitely sneaker of the year for me. Definitely sneaker of the year for me. So big up John Geiger. New ones, the lime green joints, dropping this Friday. Don't delay. Try and get a pair for yourself today. They're freaking hard. Probably, again, one of my favorites, especially considering neon green is one of my favorite colors. So definitely check them out. Try and grab a pair because they're gonna go quick. They're gonna go quick, man. Them things are gonna go quick. All right. Moving on. I saw this post courtesy of Over and Under regarding Carhartt posting this. I guess maybe on Instagram or Twitter. I don't know where they posted this, but essentially Carhartt posted the following. Carhartt isn't just workwear. It's armor for people who don't complain about hard work because they're too busy doing it. You know what it made me think of? It made me think of a new angle for my DJ live streams. Maybe my DJ live stream, because I've got this idea of like, when I finally do go to Pirate, I've got these gloves that I like to wear when I'm streaming and shit, or when I'm mixing, because, you know, they're nice and flashy gloves. I think they're these Fox racing gloves. I've got some other pairs as well that I want to wear. I want to wear those gloves, right, when I'm doing my mixing, because I want to focus more on the actual, the mixing thing and less on me, the spectacle. But I think what I might actually do is actually wear a high-vis vest, a la being on a construction site, and maybe a workwear jacket too, to kind of, poke fun at the idea of like, DJing being real work or hard work, because I'm twisting knobs and pressing Q and play on a DJ deck. So I think that's what I might do, taking on board what they said here, because actual, the actual function of wearing a Carhartt jacket is because you're doing hard work, is because you're doing grunt work, is because you're picking up stuff, lifting stuff, painting stuff, hammering stuff, cutting stuff. But it would be quite funny and a little bit of a twist, maybe more of a bit of a performance piece, right? For me to kind of, take an artistic creativity, artistic measure, artistic whatever license, and do something a little bit funny, and wear maybe a high-vis Carhartt jacket, high-vis vest, and go and mix somewhere on some expensive equipment, playing some oots music. That might be the way to go. That might be the way to go. I swear to God, I'm really looking forward to that. So that's the option that I see there. So big up Carhartt for giving me the idea based on that one incy wincy post. Big up. Continuing on. Big up RA. New club and live music venue Ambers to open in Manchester. Finally. Loads of clubs are closing across the country. I think I saw a figure last time was super high number of nightclubs closures, right? The number was crazy high on a recent article I saw. Let's see if it's the same one. Oh my God, look at that. The number of nightclubs closing in the UK is alarming, with some saying the sector is facing an unprecedented crisis. London, between March 2020 and December 2023, 1,165 nightclubs closed in London. Are you having a laugh? In the UK, between March and December 2023, 35% of independent nightclubs closed, and overall number of nightclubs decreased by 32%. 2024 in the UK, losing 5 nightclubs per week. This is basically Amy Lammy's and Sadiq Khan's legacy. Sadiq Khan's legacy is knife crime, and Amy Lammy's legacy as a night czar is definitely record numbers of clubs. In London only, by the way. March 2020 to December 2023, 1,165 165 nightclubs closed for this. Absolutely shocking. So it is good to see at last the tide is being turned and we are having some clubs opening. For me, the capacity is a bit too much. I like my clubs to be between, like, let's say 250 to 700. 1,000 capacity isn't 2,000, I know. But, to foster a community and all that malarkey, 1,000 is a lot. It's a lot of people, and 1,000 capacity means you're going to have to most likely book a lot of people you won't want to book because they sell tickets, right? You're going to have to do some things that you probably wouldn't want to do to get people through the door, which again, who knows? I'm talking out of turn here. They could actually end up smashing it, which I would love to see. And it could be a destination that I could travel to as well. That'd be fucking cool. So I'm not just raving at the same fucking tired places in London I have all the time. But let's see what it says here, courtesy of R8. It's due to open on December 5th, so it's not even open yet. Wow. Great. Okay, that's good to know. Still in the works. Loads of things going on there. I love the design already. A new venue is opening up in Manchester. Located on Oxford Road, Ambers is a 2-room, 1,000 capacity space that features an L acoustic sound system, custom lighting spec. It will host club and live music events with a launch party taking place December 5th. All lineups of the venue first season will be unannounced. Oh, I like that. I like that effect as well. Let's not announce the lineups. Create some mystery and demand. Manchester's a weird place though, because I want to go. I've heard some good things about that place called White Hotel. They do some good nights there. Those two girls, what are their names? Basha and Alat or something, right? Those girls who are killing at the scene at the moment. I think they're from there. I think so anyway. I see them doing a lot of nights over there too, so they're obviously killing it. But I'd love to go and rave there. But last time I spoke about it on here, somebody said, oh, White Hotel isn't that great. Other people saying it's fucking amazing, but based on the pictures and the videos that I've seen on the inside, I think I saw a clip of even like LSDXO playing there one time. It looks fucking sick. It looks fucking cool, but a lot of people, I don't know if maybe people are spoiled or maybe it is terrible. I don't know, but it's good that they got another option there as well for those of people that don't like places like White Hotel. It continues. It says the team behind Ambers, including Jeremy and Lawrence Abbott of creative content and design agency Nothing Forced, La Discotheque Orchestra founder Sam Turnstile and Rinse resident Hutch. Oh, so a lot of heads, a lot of clued up individuals there. Okay, good to see. It's in good hands. At Ambers, we want the music, sound, and vibe to reason you come back, said Hutch. We aim to bring some of the best artists in the world to our club to play at an affordable price point with a focus on brilliant music and sound every single week. I love that already. That might sound like what they do at, is it Berghain or I don't know what other clubs they do that at, where they have like a set fee, they pay everybody. And the idea is that you want to play there because you love the club, you love the community, you love the scene, you love the people that go and rave there. And that will foster a cool community and also allow you to have way more interesting lineups because people that probably don't pay for that sort of fee will play for that sort of fee because they love your club. I love that. I love that angle. Instead of going for, oh, we're going to book all the best people and pay their fee. And it's like, ooh. You got some pictures of the inside. Ooh, I love that. It's a downstairs club as well. It's a basement club. Oh, I love a good basement club. That it's a feeling of transportation, isn't it? You're being transported to another world. That's why Berghain kind of works. Even though the Berghain main floor is on like floor 1 or floor 2, you have to walk up really high stairs. I feel like the physical nature of like walking up the stairs, walking down the stairs does something to you. You get transported into another world. Big up Alibi, my favorite club in fucking Dawson back in the day. That's why that used to be such a great dive bar, because you go downstairs and it kind of felt like you're going into a little hole in the wall, a little kind of speakeasy, something that you're not meant to be in and stuff. So I fucking love that. I'm not mad at that in the slightest. Obviously, nice exposed brick there, so you can see all the wall piss kind of trickling down. Love to see it. I'm definitely going to be holding onto that wall, swimming in some sort of K-hole, trying to come to my senses at some point in the future, for sure. Scrolling down, you got more images of the stair railings and shit. You got images of the side panels and walls. Is that wood? Maybe that helps with the sound. Oh, there's also a curtain. I like that. Like, how you go into like a, what's that place called? Is it a Butcher's or whatever? And they've got those kind of curtains. I like that. That kind of adds a little bit of an animalistic, raw, abusive, fun type of vibe, right? Someone might bite your penis. Someone might bite your finger. They might bite your ankle. And obviously the wood on the side of the walls might be for acoustics as well, to make sure that it's nice and warm on the inside when you're in there. Let's check the site out. There's no more details about it though. That's it. even though it's opening December 5th, there's not a lot of details about the sound system, what they're going to do. But I do like the design of it. I like where the booth is. It looks nice and open. Look, the booth looks like you could walk behind it even if you weren't DJing, which I like as well. It creates like a nice kind of like, you kind of I mentioned before, was that club in Sao Paulo that Moshak opened, where the DJ booth is literally in the middle of the dance floor, but it's surrounded by like a barrier, so you can kind of, you know, all the people can be on top of it, and DJs can still have space to come and do their thing, but you're kind of on top of them. I kind of like that, instead of it being elevated or behind some massive wall. The website itself, what does it have on the website? You've got reservation here, connection on the screen, Euphoria on the screen. You've got, okay, you just got like a mailing listing, but no details so far of what it's going to be like. But yeah, December 5th opening, a new club in Manchester called Ambers. Big up the team behind it. I'll definitely be checking it out when it does eventually open. Big up them. Big up them. Moving on. More club opening news. Good thing now. This time in London. Not 1,000, but 100. Interesting number. Very small, but I like it. I'm not mad at it at all. 100 capacity. I think that might be the same capacity as the Glove That Fits, isn't it? The Glove That Fits, which is a bar that's owned by one of the co-owners of Fold, actually. What's it called? Is it called the Glove That Fits? What's the capacity of that? Because I think that's a very small club that is also really cool, has a good kind of community side of it. What's the capacity of that place? Yeah, the capacity of the Glove That Fits, which is in Hackney, right? Morning Lane. Yeah, I've been there. It's a really nice little club. It's 150 capacity. That's a really nice capacity club too. I like that. It's got a bar up top, and then you go downstairs, and it's got like a nice little kind of basement bar type of vibe to it. A lot of it might even act as like a little feeder club to Fold. That'd be a pretty good way to get people to train up and play a certain place, and they can go somewhere else and play. Let me actually scroll down and see if there's any more pictures, and see if we can see, when is it actually open? Is it open quite late? It's open. Oh, it's only open. Okay, that's why maybe it's not jumping as much as it should be. It's only open until 1:30 on the Friday and the Saturday. That's criminal, man. They should at least have a license up until 3. At least 1:30 is nothing, literally nothing. But anyway, let's scroll down. Let's see some of the photos. Do we have any photos here of what it looks like on the inside? Because I forgot what it looks like. The glove that fits on here. There you go. Boom. Let's see some of these pictures here. See one for the actual vibe on the inside. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I've been there a long time ago, but I think it's like, it's got this sort of like nice little bar at top on ground level, and then when you go down, it's got this like cool basement club type of vibe going on there. Kind of reminds me of Plastic People's a little bit. Very small, very intimate, but a nice little vibe nonetheless. Can't really complain. You get me? You can't really complain. So yeah, that's the vibe. So I think that new club might have the similar sort of vibe to it. Let's actually check it out here. Bada bing, bada boom. So this new club, new capacity, a new 100 capacity basement club, Coup, to open in East London this month. A free launch party in Kingston Road venue is taking place October 31st. Oh, it's on Kingston Road. Okay, that's my former stomping ground, my former strip. Many a good times were had on that Kingston Road, walking up and down in fucking Dr. Martin boots that hurt and silly little vintage hats and shit. Nice. Located in the basement of Kingston Road bar Copper Cats. Oh, I know where that is. Yeah, I know where that is. That's kind of going to the direction of that vintage store. I know where that is. Nice. I know that place. It's a 100 capacity space that's been launched by the team behind the party series North London Dub Club. Okay, no, I don't know who they are. The venue, which formerly operated as the Rocksteady, has been kitted out with a hand-built sound system courtesy of 30 Hertz. It also has an outdoor courtyard. A free launch party hosted by Motive Hunter Audio is for October 31st, with any charitable donations going to War Child. Further bookings in the coming weeks include Hanno, Hinkelbein, Yasmin, Fearless Dread, and Freya. So I wonder what the vibe is. Is it always dubby? Is that the vibe that they're going for? Is it gonna be like reggae type of vibes and shit? The terms of the ethos: NLDC founder Josh Harris wants Coup to be the hub for local music community. The spectacle of large events can be certainly impressive, but it seems like the best part of going out is when the highest percentage of people on the dance floor are your mates. He told Resident Advisor. We want to mesh together the communities and the scenes, cement ourselves as a venue where even if the music on the given night isn't quite your thing, you'll still pop in, because chances are someone you meet there last week will be there, and it'll be free or cheap to get in. Oh, I love that. I was actually thinking the other day, if I do end up making another party again, I just want to make it a free one, even if I lose money, just for the vibes. Like book out a place like, I don't know, like Fold or no, let's say Fold, let's say like a Color Factory or something, and just put on a night where it's just free, where it's no entry. I pay the DJs, doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like whatever. That would be fucking sick. I might. That's something I'm thinking of doing, just as a kind of like, you know, as a thank you to London and everything it's given me. Let's continue. Harris also stressed the importance of relaxed approach to running a club. Personally, I'd really like to see everything taken less seriously with some humility and sense of humor. At Coup, the only thing that will separate the DJ from the crowd is the 9 inches of stage height and maybe drinks tokens. We want the crowd to feel part of something, and at every event they come to as a venue, we still want them to feel part of the experience. See some more photos of the space. Okay, cool. Some nice little space, basement bar there. 100 people. I like how it's spread across quite a nice bit of space there. Maybe again, I have to be, you know, aware that this might be Airbnb type pictures, right? Where you take it with a really wide lens, so it makes everything look super big, but it's really small on the inside. But either way, it does look really cool. You got a nice bar there to stand at. Wooden bar too. Has it got a little bar at the bottom? Oh, no bar at the bottom. That'd be perfect for to kind of rest and chill and put your feet up there. It needs a little bar at the bottom here to put your fucking foot up, you know? So I can rest some of my expensive shoes up there while I'm sipping some, you know, cocktail and chatting shit to a waitress and, you know, telling them about my life story and shit. I need that bar there. And obviously that's the outside of Copper Cats. The bar, I don't think I've actually ever been to this bar. I'm not gonna lie. I've not actually been inside, but I know where it is on Kingston Road. So that's pretty sick. And we've got some events already there on the 31st. You got Motive Hunter, Halloween, free pop-up rave. You've got Horror Boogie Nights rave. You've got a Sub Exotica rave happening as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. Nice. And also some of these parties happening on a Thursday, Friday, Thursday. So I like that. There's going to be the return to Thursday nights. Should be a good one, right? A return to Thursday nights in Dawson, and it's not all just weekend shit. Because there's no worse place to be in the world than to be in Dawson during a Friday night. Honestly, when all the weekend warriors come out, it's horrible. It's better to go out there on a Wednesday or a Thursday. So Thursday raves, I'm good with. Opening times at 2. No, opens at 8. Sorry, and it closes at 2 a.m. Which is again not the best because I'm assuming last orders will probably be 1:30 or 1. So you know the night's already done, diddly done. But it is what it is. They can't do any more than that in it. So big up them, big up them, big up. Damn. Okay, my friends. That has been the Agostinho Zinga Show. Episode number whatever it is at the moment. I wish I could flip and remember, but my eyesight or my music is always fucking all over the place. Big up everybody for tuning in. I think it's episode number what? Number 832. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to have your company as per usual. If it's your first time checking out the show, you know what to do. Make sure you like the show down below. Give it a like. Smash the button down below. Give it a like. Give it a like. That'll be well appreciated. And of course, leave me a 5-star review. That'll be also well appreciated. And as per usual, my tune of the day. Tune day today will be the one and only Lee Owens' new album called Dream State. The track I'm playing as my song of the day is track number 8, which is Air. One of my favorite tracks from the album. Check it out. Great stuff anyway. Great dance music, electronic music, you know, everything else in between. She's a great DJ, great artist overall. Fantastic album. I've been banging it since it dropped last week. So that's Lee Owens. The track is Air from the new album Dream State. That'll be my tune of the day. Signing out. So please check it out if you can. And for those of you tuning in live, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys again in about a few hours later tonight for the random show at about 11 p.m. my time, right? Random show then. But for now, my friends, take care, be safe. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Peace.